All right, so get this. So we're talking Man City, champions, top of the world, right?
Yeah.
And yet the articles you sent over paint a very different picture.
Yeah.
Relegation form, seriously.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's unpack this. They got to figure out how the mighty have fallen so hard.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've only scraped together 4 points from their last 8 games.
Wow.
That's Southampton territory, bottom of the table.
Seriously.
And it gets even worse.
Oh, no.
If Southampton earns just 1 point in their upcoming match, City will officially have the worst run in the entire Premier League.
Ouch, that's got to sting.
Yeah.
It's almost unbelievable when you think about the talent on that squad.
Yeah.
But, okay, injuries have definitely played a part, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Ederson, Ike, Diaz-Rodri.
Yeah.
Those are some massive gaps to fill.
Huge gaps,
Yeah.
for sure. And Guardiola has acknowledged the impact of these injuries.
He has.
But here's the thing, even he admits it's not the whole story.
Okay, interesting.
He's mentioned lapses in both defense and scoring.
Mm.
And let's be honest, his usually calm demeanor
Yeah.
cracks a bit on the touchline when things go wrong.
You can practically see the frustration radiating off of him, even if he keeps it cool in interviews.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's using those injuries as a bit of a shield.
Mm.
I mean, Alan Shearer had some pretty harsh words about City's midfield, calling the lack of protection staggering.
Yeah, he did.
That sounds like a tactical issue that goes way beyond just missing a few players.
I think you're onto something there.
Yeah.
This isn't just about individual errors.
Right.
Though, of course, those have happened too.
For sure.
Remember Gvardiol's mistake against Villa?
Huh.
Costly.
Yeah, big time.
But Shearer's point is crucial.
Okay.
The system itself seems to be faltering.
Mm.
It's as if the team has lost its tactical compass.
So are we blaming the injuries, or is there something more?
Right.
Could it be mental fatigue?
Possibly.
It's been a good long run at the top.
Okay.
Maybe they're just exhausted.
Yeah.
Or is this just a natural cycle for a team like City?
All valid points.
Yeah.
But there's another layer to this, and it comes from an unlikely source.
Okay.
Erling Haaland.
Really?
He's come right out and said that confidence is low.
Wow.
And it's impacting the entire team.
Wait, Holland said that?
He did.
The goal machine himself?
Mm-hmm.
That's almost unthinkable. He's been practically unstoppable since joining City.
Right.
Wow.
But even Haaland isn't immune to this slump.
I guess not.
Take the Aston Villa match.
Okay.
He only had 18 touches the entire game, the lowest of any starter.
18 touches, that's crazy low.
It is.
Especially for a player who already has 13 goals this season.
Yeah.
So we have to ask, what's going on with Haaland?
Right.
Is it the lack of service from his teammates, or is there something else affecting his performance?
Well, Guardiola was quick to defend Haaland,
Of course.
emphasizing his importance to the team.
Right.
But, and I think this is key, he also said that Haaland needs to have the balls delivered in the right spots. Reading between the lines,
Yeah.
that sounds like a subtle critique of the team's service to their star striker.
Interesting. So it's not just about Haaland finding his form again.
Yeah.
It's about the entire team rediscovering their rhythm and remembering how to play to his strengths.
Exactly.
But let's dig into this Haaland situation a bit deeper. Something's not adding up.
Okay.
He's gone from scoring almost at will to being practically invisible on the pitch.
Yeah.
There have to be more to this story.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's almost like we're seeing 2 different versions of Haaland this season.
Right.
The one who started with a bang, racking up those 13 goals, and then this other Haaland starved of service and struggling to make an impact.
Yeah.
And remember, he only had 1 shot,
Wow.
just 1 touch inside the Villa box during that entire match.
That's...
For a player of his caliber, that's simply unheard of.
It makes you wonder if something's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Could there be an underlying injury we don't know about?
Possible.
Or maybe it's more mental, the pressure of living up to that huge price tag.
Yeah.
The frustration of not getting the support he needs from his teammates.
There's definitely a psychological element at play here.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a fascinating point made by Unai Emery,
Hmm.
Aston Villa's manager.
No.
He observed a lack of belief in City's players,
Really?
a vulnerability his team exploited.
Interesting.
Think about that. A team like Man City,
Yeah?
known for their swagger and dominance, suddenly looking vulnerable.
It's like that aura of invincibility has vanished.
Yeah,
And once that's gone, it's tough to get back.
it is.
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
For sure.
Doubt creeps in. They start to hesitate, second-guess themselves.
Uh-huh.
And that leads to mistakes like the one from Guardiola that gifted Villa their first goal.
Exactly, and that doubt can be contagious.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If even Holland, the goal-scoring machine,
Right.
is showing signs of fallibility,
Yeah,
what does that do to the rest of the team? It's like a domino effect.
makes sense.
And suddenly, opponents sense that weakness and pounce.
It makes you wonder about Guardiola's approach.
Hmm.
He's publicly defended Haaland,
Yeah.
but is that really the best strategy?
I don't know.
Could it be sending the wrong message to the rest of the team?
It's possible.
I mean, some players might be thinking, hold on, Haaland's not delivering, but he's still getting all the praise and support. What about us?
That's a great point.
Right.
There's always a risk of creating a perception of favoritism,
Yeah.
especially when a team is struggling.
Uh-huh.
And while Guardiola is undoubtedly trying to boost Haaland's confidence,
Right.
he also needs to make sure he's not inadvertently undermining the morale of the rest of the squad.
It's a delicate balancing act.
It is.
He needs to find a way to get Haaland back to his best while also reminding the other players that they have a crucial role to play.
Absolutely.
This slump isn't just on Haaland, it's a collective responsibility. Yeah. So it's about rediscovering that team spirit, that synergy that made them so dominant.
Right.
But that brings us back to the million-dollar question.
Yes.
Is this a temporary blip or the beginning of the end for this Man City era?
I'm not sure.
I'm still struggling with that one.
Yeah.
On the one hand, they have the talent, the experience, and a world-class manager. But on the other hand, the cracks are starting to show.
Yeah.
And the longer this slump continues, the harder it will be to turn things around.
Uh-huh.
It feels like we're at a crossroads.
We are, and this next stretch of games will be crucial.
For sure.
Do they have the mental fortitude to pull themselves out of this hole?
Mm,
Can Guardiola find the right tactical adjustments and reignite that spark?
right.
Or are we witnessing the slow decline of a dynasty? Only time will tell.
You know, there's a parallel here to other great teams throughout history.
Oh, yeah.
Think about Manchester United after Ferguson retired.
Yeah.
Or Barcelona after Pep left the first time. It's incredibly difficult to maintain that level of dominance over an extended period.
It is.
Eventually, something has to give.
It's true. There's a natural cycle to these things.
Right.
And the challenge for any great team is how they respond to adversity.
For sure.
Do they adapt and evolve, or do they crumble under the weight of their past successes?
And that's what makes this situation so compelling.
Totally.
We're not just watching a team struggle. We're witnessing a pivotal moment in their history.
Yeah.
The choices they make now will determine their legacy.
Exactly. And for you, the listener, this is a chance to see how the sausage is made, so to speak.
Yeah.
To see the inner workings of a team at a crossroads, to understand the complex interplay of tactics, psychology, and individual brilliance that goes into building and sustaining success at the highest level.
It's a reminder that even in a sport like football, where the margins are so fine, there's so much more at play than just what happens on the pitch.
Right.
It's about leadership, about mental resilience, about the ability to adapt and overcome.
Yeah, it really is fascinating, isn't it? It is.
We often talk about tactics and formations, but sometimes the most important battles are fought in the minds of the players, right?
Totally.
This mental aspect of the game,
Yeah.
the confidence, the doubt, the pressure,
Mm-hmm.
it's all there bubbling beneath the surface.
Right.
And right now, it feels like those internal struggles are playing out in a very public way for Manchester City.
Yeah, it's true. And it's a stark reminder that even the most successful teams are made up of individuals, each with their own strengths and vulnerabilities.
Right.
And when those vulnerabilities are exposed,
Mm-hmm.
it can create a ripple effect throughout the entire team.
Right.
It's like a crack in a seemingly impenetrable fortress.
So where do they go from here? If you're Guardiola, how do you even begin to address this?
Right.
Is it about tactical tweaks? Or is it about something deeper, something more intangible, like rebuilding that shattered confidence?
I think it's a combination of both. Yeah. Tactically, there are definitely adjustments to be made.
Yeah.
We've talked about the midfield exposure, the lack of service to Haaland. Those are areas that Guardiola needs to address urgently.
For sure.
But perhaps even more critical is the psychological challenge.
Yeah.
How do you get a team that's tasted so much success to confront its own fallibility?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And there's no easy answer. But if anyone can figure it out, it's Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a master tactician, but he's also shown an ability to motivate and inspire his players.
He has. He's proven he can adapt and evolve his approach.
Right.
But this will be one of his biggest tests yet, because it's not just about fixing a few tactical issues.
Right.
It's about restoring a belief system, a winning mentality that seems to have eroded.
And this is where leadership becomes crucial.
Yeah.
Guardiola needs to be more than just a manager right now. He needs to be a psychologist, a motivator, a leader who can rally his troops and remind them of what they're capable of.
Absolutely. He needs to be the one to steer the ship through this storm.
Yeah.
And that means making tough decisions, holding players accountable, and perhaps even shaking things up a bit. Sometimes a bit of disruption can be the catalyst for change.
So for you, the listener, what can we take away from all of this? This isn't just about Man City, is it?
No, it's not.
It's about understanding the complexities of success, the fragility of confidence, and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity.
Exactly. This deep dive has taken us beyond the headlines, beyond the scores and statistics. It's shown us the human side of the game, the doubts, the pressures, the internal battles that even the best athletes face.
For sure.
And it's reminded us that success is never a guarantee. It's a constant journey of adaptation, evolution, and overcoming challenges.
And that journey, that's what makes it all so compelling, isn't it?
It is.
The unpredictability, the drama, the moments of brilliance, the inevitable setbacks. It's why we watch. It's why we care. And it's why we'll keep watching to see how this Man City story unfolds. Will they rediscover their magic, or will this be the beginning of a new chapter? That, my friend, is the question that only time will answer.